Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-December 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, Taurus over in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. The way it works is a look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Then we'll pull oracle cards to help with the bridging the gap dynamic. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the card to the left as your energy and the card to the right is the other person's. If you feel it's the way around your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Queen of Arrows. So this is Libra energy here, and if we look at the artwork, we could see she's leaning toward the cards on that side, right? Looking over her shoulder a little bit. That arrow representing communication pointed that way, and we also see a bird, which could be another symbol of communication. So I feel like this is saying more than likely you might have put some feelers out there with this person in the past to see if they were interested, and I feel like once you did so, I feel like this is saying you were hoping for them to take the lead from there. Past energy on their side, we have the King of Wands. So Leo energy here, and looking at this could just be saying that they might have just been caught up in their own world in the past. So, I mean, if we look at the body language there, right, the way this person's leaning in, we see their back turned. So it could just be saying that they might have just been wrapped up in their own thing. For a small percentage of you, you might have even met this person through work in some capacity, but more than anything, I feel like this is just saying they might have just been caught up in their own world in the past and not really given much to this connection. Present energy on your side, we have the Ten of Staves. So Sagittarius energy here, and it could just be saying that as we're moving through Sagittarius season here, you might just feel like you're putting in the majority of work toward this connection, right? So you might feel like, again, like I said, it seemed like you might have initially put out that feeler with the hopes that they would reciprocate and even take the lead, possibly. But it looks like here you just feel like you're the only one who's really doing anything toward the connection. Present energy on their side, we have the Two of Wands. So with this deck in particular, it always makes me think of someone encouraging someone else, right? So that could be what's going on here, where, like I said, maybe they've been caught up in their own world. Here you are, you're interested in them, right? And maybe someone in their friend circle is telling them, hey, it seems like Taurus is into you, you might want to give things a shot, right? So again, like I said, it seemed like they're wrapped up in their own world. Now in the present, it looks like someone's encouraging them to say, hey, you know what, you should see how things could work out with Taurus. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Three of Staves. So definitely unburdening yourself, right? Seeing going down from the 10 to the 3, which normally, that might sound like a negative to drop down, but in this context, I feel like it's saying that, whereas in the present and in the past, you might have felt like more of the burden was on you to carry the energy of the connection. Now I feel like this is saying that you're realizing, okay, I did my fair share. This person wants to come along and reciprocate, then that's fine. But I feel like this is saying you're not going to keep being the one to push things forward. And future energy on their side, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, so it looks like ultimately they will come forward and make that effort to you. And yeah, like I said, it could be maybe this is something a bit out of their comfort zone, right? So if we see the King of Wands energy there, right? Maybe that's someone who doesn't necessarily chase after things, right? Especially if we look at the body language and energy that they give off in general there. So maybe this is just saying that, okay, maybe it's a bit of a change of pace for them to actually come forward and pursue someone. But again, like I said, it looks like maybe someone in their friend group is giving them that encouragement. But yeah, it looks like they will be coming forward soon. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Justice. So this is Libra energy here, just like we saw in the past on your side. But yeah, I feel like this is ultimately what you're looking for, right? So I feel like this is saying, you're not necessarily looking for anything unreasonable. You're just looking for a balanced connection. So again, like I said, I feel like this calls back to you coming to the realization that, okay, I've done more than my fair share in this connection. Let me just step back and let the other person reciprocate. And funny enough, Bottom of the deck on their side, they also have the Justice card. So artwork's quite a bit different, but same general concept, right? But what does stand out to me is the blindfold here, right? So it could just be saying that maybe for some of them that was the thing. Maybe they were oblivious to the fact that you were even interested in them, right? Because, like I said, it looks like in the present, someone's encouraging them, like, hey, you should totally see where things could go with Taurus. So it could just be saying they might have just been so wrapped up in their own worlds that they didn't even realize that you had interest and weren't even thinking about that. Or it could just be saying that maybe they were a bit blind to the fact that, the give and take between the two of you was so imbalanced. But either way, looks like it's going to be corrected in the near future. All right, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles. All right, we'll take this card here, get this out of the way, and next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. So I'm just going to give this a few shuffles now. All right, we'll take this card, get this out of the way, and we'll take a look at the Messages of Love card first. All right, we have regret. It says someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. So yeah, that's interesting, right? Because like I said, it seemed like this person just might have been wrapped up in their own world. And when we were talking about the justice energy on their side, which you also had on yours, but with the blindfold, right, where I was saying for some of them, it might have just been one of those things where they were either oblivious that you were interested, or like I said, maybe oblivious that the give and take was out of balance between the two of you. So yeah, it looks like these things can be corrected in the near future. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Loyal Heart. There's the artwork. The number is 35. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. So yeah, that message there is interesting as well. Because yeah, like I said, it seems like this person was just wrapped up in their own world, And again, like I said, it seems like there's the encouragement of someone in their circle, whether it's a friend, whoever seems to tell them, hey, you should see where things go with Taurus. So yeah, it looks like it's just one of those things where maybe there was some crossed wires in the past, but nothing nefarious there. And then it seems like things are going to be improving in the near future. So hope it resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Hope you have a good holiday season and New Year. Bye.